For 5 years of marriage, Ethan had been everyone's idea of the perfect husband. Except for being a workaholic. Until that day during the company retreat's truth or dare game, when the new intern insisted we pretend to be drunk and call our partners for help. Ethan's call didn't even connect after a few rings. It went straight to voicemail, leaving me with a single text, busy. Then came the next moment. I'll come get you right now. That familiar baritone voice floated from the intern's phone. My eyes snapped up to meet Emma's challenging stare. Those large doe eyes gleaming with triumph. At that moment, I knew our marriage was over. I'd decided last minute to attend this team-building event. Exhausted after a full day of activities, I'd been counting down to dinner's end when the perky intern suddenly wedged herself beside me on the couch. As I started shifting away, someone hissed, "Emma! That's the mess. Bennett, our VP. Show some respect." I forced a smile. "It's fine. We're all off." But Emma had already claimed the seat, her youthfully flushed cheeks and artless smile radiating millennial charm. "Let's play truth or dare, MS. Bennett," she declared before I could finish. "We'll set the example." Without waiting for consent, she grabbed my phone from the coffee table. "Dare you to pretend we're wasted and call our boyfriends to pick us up." Her perky challenge carried an undercurrent of steel. I recognized that tone, the particular blend of entitlement and confrontation favored by those Gen Z kids trying to shake up the workplace. Amused despite myself, I pulled up Ethan's contact and hit dial on speakerphone. Snickers rippled through the group. "Emma's digging her own grave." Someone muttered, "Wait till she sees Mr. Carter. Dude's the perfect husband who'd drop everything if mess." Bennett sneezed. The call rang through empty air before cutting off. Ethan's text appeared like a slap, "Busy." "I forfeit." I shrugged. Emma's turn. Colleagues shot warning looks. But the intern charged ahead with that trademark oblivious courage. Her voice turned syrup sweet when the line connected, "I'm drunk. Come get me?" The challenge in her eyes crystallized as those 4 words echoed from her phone speaker in Ethan's voice. My husband's voice. "I'll be right there." Every syllable iced my veins like a surprise blizzard. Emma ended the call wearing the smirk of a chess player declaring checkmate. All pretense of innocence discarded. She might as well have hung a mission accomplished banner. I immediately grasped the source of her hostility. Oh, so she wasn't here to shake things up at work, but rather to meddle in my marriage. At this moment, I found it both infuriating and absurd. Before I could even process the justified anger over Ethan not answering my call yet rushing to respond to another woman's summons, I glanced at Emma's phone screen and sweetly reminded, "You forgot to send your boyfriend the address." I deliberately emphasized the word boyfriend. Emma looked at me like I was an idiot, grinning as she said, "You're right. Thanks for reminding me. I'll send him the location right now." She openly pulled up Ethan's chat in front of everyone, sharing our coordinates while flashing his contact name at me, "Babe." 3 exclamation points included. Some colleagues were already giving Emma side eyes. Even if they didn't catch her blatant provocation towards me, her desperate need to one-up her boss's boss marked her as socially inept in everyone's eyes. Even without my intervention, this girl would struggle in the corporate world. Unless her so-called boyfriend decided to shield her. The fury in my chest burned hotter with each passing second. About 40 minutes later, the private room door swung open. Emma, who'd been loudly seeking attention through forced laughter, looked up with sudden brightness in her eyes. The room fell silent as everyone recognized the newcomer. "Who said MS? Bennett lost?" Someone joked nervously. "Look, Mr. Carter came to pick her up after all. We all know MS. Bennett was going easy on us. If she played seriously, none of us would stand a chance. Right, Mr. Carter? Couldn't bear to see your wife lose?" Ethan smiled with his trademark polished charm, nodding at the group before approaching me. His voice dropped to that intimate timbre reserved solely for me. How much did you drink? Supporting my elbow, he addressed the room. Lily's stomach can't handle alcohol. We'll call it a night. The tab's covered, enjoy yourselves. Have fun. Mr. Carter. Feel better. MS. Bennett. Oops. We should probably explain, it was just a drinking game. Emma lost the dare. No real competition here. As I stood, I glanced down at Emma. She was staring at Ethan with the wounded puppy eyes of a jilted lover. Lower lip trembling dramatically. I chuckled lightly. It's just a game. Want to join us? We could give you a ride home. Emma jutted her chin, tearing her gaze from Ethan. I can manage. Grabbing her glass, she downed it in one gulp before pouring another. 3 penalty drinks. I pay my debts. I tilted my head toward Ethan. Though Emma's performance deserved an Oscar, my husband hadn't glanced her way once since entering. His attention remained fixed on me from the moment our eyes met. Let's go, he murmured, hand warm against my lower back. We left without ceremony, Ethan carrying my purse as we rode home in heavy silence. At our townhouse entryway, he finally spoke. Emma's my college mentor's daughter interning here. Professor Johnson asked me to look out for her. I kicked off my heels, ascending the staircase. Find someone else. Okay. Pausing on the 3rd step, I turned to loom over him. She calls you her boyfriend. Has you saved as babe in her contacts? My gaze locked with his. How far has this gone? Ethan's face darkened. Don't be ridiculous. I've only ever helped her as my professor's kid. Then make it crystal clear. Don't give delusional girls ideas about wrecking our marriage. She might be young and stupid, Ethan, but you damn well know about boundaries. I continued upstairs, slamming the bathroom door. Later, as I lay stiffly in bed with lights off, Ethan's arms slid around me from behind, his breath warm against my neck. No words needed, the familiar weight of his embrace spoke volumes. Yet explained nothing. Are you still upset? His large hand slipped beneath the hem of my nightgown, resting on my abdomen. I'm sorry I made you uncomfortable, he murmured. I only went to pick her up because she's young and new to the workforce. I didn't want anything bad happening that I'd have to explain to my mentor. But you're different. Lily. You're strong. I know you'd never let yourself get hurt. Strong. That had always been my goal, to become invincible. Yet in that moment, something tender stirred deep within me. I turned and buried myself in his embrace. Ethan, I'm human too. I have weaknesses. All I wanted was to lean on my husband Ethan when exhaustion crept in, the man I loved. Ethan tightened his hold. It won't happen again. Tomorrow, I'll make her apologize to you. The next morning, Ethan brought Emma to my office shortly after my meeting. Emma, he said sternly, apologize to your sister-in-law. Emma bounced forward with saccharine sweetness. So sorry. Lily, I was just being silly last night. You're too mature to hold grudges. Right? Consider it childish blabber. She batted her lashes. Forgive me? Change the contact name, Ethan interjected. Emma promptly pulled out her phone, switching Ethan's contact from Ethan Carter to Ethan. She beamed. See? Fixed. Don't let it happen again, Ethan warned before dismissing her. Emma clung to my arm instead. We girls need bonding time. Shoo. When Ethan hesitated, she draped an arm over my shoulders. What? Think I'll bully your precious wife? Please, she's older and way fiercer than me. After Ethan left for a call, Emma circled my office. Big space for a career woman. Huh? Disgust coiled in my chest. I'm busy. Leave. I like Ethan. I know. Now go. Her composure faltered. Aren't you worried? I didn't look up. You're not the first to chase a married man. Emma smirked. Oh. I'm different. Let's bet 3 months. And I'll steal him. If I lose, I disappear. If you lose, divorce him. She leaned in. Deal? Your competition isn't me, it's every other gold digger. He doesn't like them. He doesn't like you either. He will. She insisted. Just wait. As she flounced out, fury surged through me. I slammed down my documents, the flame of anger burning brighter. What's wrong with Ethan? He can't even handle such a minor issue. I pressed the intercom and instructed my assistant Olivia. From now on, don't let Emma come upstairs again. Olivia acknowledged before explaining. She's just an intern without clearance. Ethan brought her up today. That afternoon, Olivia rushed into my office. MS. Bennett. Ethan's causing a scene in the project department. I stood immediately. What happened? She hesitated, biting her lip. You should see for yourself. As I walked out, I caught her muttering. It's all because of Emma. Meeting my gaze, Olivia blurted. During last night's dinner Emma's phone call, many of us recognized Ethan's voice. My chest tightened with second-hand embarrassment rather than anger. Ethan owed me resolution for this public humiliation. Approaching the project department, Ethan's icy tone carried through walls. Let this happen again. You're all fired. His fury manifested in glacial composure. True power lies in presence, not volume. Behind him, Emma tugged his sleeve. Don't be angry, Ethan. They didn't mean harm. Ethan turned, his stormy eyes locking onto me. Effective immediately, he announced coldly. Emma becomes my executive assistant. Move your things to the top floor. As Emma scurried off, he addressed the cowed staff. Are we clear? The department remained standing despite my reassurance. Resume work, I ordered before confronting Ethan in my office. He closed the door with finality. Emma's my mentor's daughter. Must you bully a girl over baseless rumors? How exactly have I bullied her? I countered, settling behind my desk. Those project team harassments happened under your watch. His knuckles whitened against the mahogany. As VP and my wife, I'll let this slide once. 3 deliberate taps punctuated his warning. Don't test me again. I laughed bitterly. What's next? Divorce papers if I bully her again? Leaning back, I continued. Your protege publicly called her boyfriend during dinner and your phone rang. The team defended my honor. Your theatrics today were unnecessary. His jaw tightened. You're blaming me for their unprofessionalism? No. I'm holding you accountable for publicly shaming loyal employees without investigation. My fingers curled around the armrests. First time for everything, isn't it? I stared straight into his eyes and threw his own words back at him. Don't let this happen again. Lily, I don't like Emma being your executive assistant. I stopped there, refusing to elaborate. Ethan opened his mouth to respond, but I cut him off sharply. Get out. I'm busy. He studied me silently before turning to leave. My chest heaved with barely contained fury. This was the first time in my life I'd felt such scorching rage. Not because of Emma, but because Ethan had allowed her to provoke me. The documents on my desk might as well have been hieroglyphics now. This had to end. Those 4 words echoed in my mind. Don't let it happen again. Otherwise, there was no way I'd continue this marriage. Lily, refused to tolerate disrespect. Even for someone I once loved, though Ethan no longer seemed worthy of that love. The realization chilled me. Yet part of me resisted it. God, how I wished none of this had happened. The office door slammed open moments later. Emma burst in tearfully. Lily, how dare you block me from being Ethan's assistant? Are you that threatened? You orchestrated their bullying. My glare shifted to Ethan entering behind her. Can't you handle basic protocol? Ethan? She's your subordinate. Unauthorized entry to the VP's office. Do I need to teach you management 101? Remove her. Now. His expression turned glacial. Those familiar eyes now arctic. Emma. Back to work. His final glance at me could have frosted the windows before he strode out. Emma lingered, tears glistening with triumph. If the wife hates me so much, I'll leave. Ethan's voice sliced through the hallway. You're my assistant. Her approval isn't required. Oh, Ethan. Don't say that. She pressed a dramatic hand to her mouth. I'll spare you further trouble. Her exit resembled a soap opera sprint. Ethan paused outside, our gazes clashing through the doorway. Olivia! Close it. My assistant swiftly shut the door, severing our stare. The fury burned hotter. This hollow shell of Ethan wasn't worth my heartache. The truth settled, cold and liberating. I called my personal attorney. Ethan didn't come home that night, the first marital absence in 5 years outside business trips. I tossed in bed, anger outweighing sorrow. Who did he think he was? Just a husband. Replaceable. Optional. Sleep. I ordered myself. It didn't work. The next morning, as I stared at my sallow complexion in the mirror, my resentment toward Ethan grew stronger. Yet I still had to go to work. There were countless matters awaiting my attention at the company. I applied flawless makeup and arrived at the office looking polished. It wasn't until the meeting that I saw Ethan. His expression remained stormy, clearly in a foul mood. I merely glanced at him before taking my seat. When the meeting adjourned, I stood and left immediately. Not a single word passed between Ethan and me throughout. At noon, Olivia hesitated while ordering my lunch. Ms. Bennett. Everyone's been saying, well, I know. They're gossiping about the marital discord between Ethan and me, exactly what I anticipated. While this inevitably affects the company, I couldn't care less. After all, this was originally the Carter Group. I only joined after marrying Ethan. His father passed away. His mother's health is failing. And like me, he's an only child. My own parents are in excellent health with no immediate need for me to take over Bennett Enterprises. Hence my presence here, a decision the Carters endorsed. Our shares are naturally intertwined between both corporations. Though I only hold 3% of Carter Group stock. After the divorce, I'll simply sell mine and repurchase the 3% Bennett Enterprises shares Ethan holds. It's straightforward enough. Should our companies choose to continue collaborating afterward? I have no objections. Ethan and I may be incompatible personally, but we remain perfectly aligned in business. This perspective lifted a weight from my shoulders. The lawyers still need time to untangle our shared assets. Not that I'm in any hurry. To me now, Ethan is nothing more than a business associate. That afternoon, an unknown number flashed on my phone. It was David, Ethan's former mentor and Emma's father. He apologized for his daughter's recent behavior and invited Ethan and me to dinner. I accepted. David owed me this apology. Failure to parent properly reflects on the father. At precisely 5, Ethan knocked on my office door. Let's go. I gathered my things and followed him out. In the car, I kept my gaze fixed on the passing streets. Ethan maintained the silence. He must have fallen for Emma. Nothing else would explain this prolonged Cold War between us. The ache was inevitable, but stronger than the hurt was my competitive drive. Having grown up fiercely competitive, I refused to lose ground in this arena. The car halted. I opened my own door and trailed behind Ethan. Olivia's work updates buzzed on my phone as I walked. Eyes glued to the screen. Ethan steadied me abruptly. Watch your step. His lips tightened. Stop working after hours. I finished instructing Olivia before pocketing my phone without acknowledging him. Ethan didn't press further. The car stopped. I opened the door myself and followed Ethan. My phone buzzed with Olivia's work updates as I walked. My eyes glued to the screen. Ethan suddenly steadied me. Watch your step. His lips tightened. Stop working after hours. I finished instructing Olivia and put my phone away without acknowledging him. Ethan didn't press further. The car halted. I opened my door and followed Ethan. As I walked, my phone buzzed with Olivia's work updates. My eyes glued to the screen. Ethan suddenly steadied me. Watch your step. His lips tightened. Stop working after hours. I finished instructing Olivia, pocketed my phone without a word to him, and Ethan didn't press the issue. We reached the destination. I opened the door and followed Ethan. My phone vibrated with Olivia's work updates as I walked. My eyes on the screen. Ethan suddenly held me steady. Watch your step. His lips tightened. Stop working after hours. I finished telling Olivia what to do. Put my phone in my pocket without responding to him. And Ethan didn't say more. The car stopped. I opened the door and followed Ethan. While walking, my phone buzzed with Olivia's work-related messages. My eyes on the screen. Ethan suddenly steadied me. Watch your step. His lips tightened. Stop working after work. I finished instructing Olivia. Put my phone in my pocket without acknowledging him. And Ethan didn't pursue it. Emma answered the door at the Johnson residence. She dropped her gaze at the sight of Ethan like a chastened child. David and his wife waited in the living room. Ethan's here. Lily, please have a seat. Ethan handed over the gift. The housekeeper had already prepared dinner. At the dining table, David told me, Ms. Bennett, our Emma has been spoiled by us and can be a bit immature at times. Please don't take it personally. She refused to go to work at the company today. We've never let her experience any hardship since childhood. She had a complete meltdown on her first real job. And her mother and I felt terrible. That's why I asked Ethan to look after her. We'd never rest easy letting her navigate the world alone. I smiled pleasantly. Someone like Miss Johnson really shouldn't be working. Frankly, she's perfectly qualified to live off family wealth. Why not let her enjoy carefree leisure at home? The workplace these days is full of resentment. Out there, nobody would indulge her. Lily. Ethan's voice carried warning as he said my name. I maintained my smile. I'm doing this for your mentor and his wife's own good. David chuckled awkwardly. Ms. Bennett. My name's Lily Bennett. My smile didn't waver. I have rather strong class consciousness. Probably because I am capital personified. My parents spoiled me rotten since birth, never letting me face any adversity. This upbringing left me allergic to people pulling seniority stunts in front of me. Lily. Ethan tried again. I ignored him, continuing to address David. To be honest, I assumed tonight's dinner invitation was meant as your apology on behalf of your daughter. After all, poor parenting breeds misbehavior. When your daughter tries home wrecking, that's enough, Ethan said quietly. Though of course, it's not entirely her fault. I gestured toward Ethan beside me. This one bears greater responsibility. Pushing back my chair, I stood. I'll skip dinner. This isn't personal, I simply don't care for this cuisine. Enjoy your meal. With a polite nod to the green-faced Miller family, I grabbed my purse and left. Ethan caught up at the elevator. Lily. This was completely out of line. He growled. I told you there's nothing between Emma and me. Then why didn't you come home last night? Why the silent treatment during the drive here? His words came clipped. Because you messed up. What exactly did I do wrong? I leaned against the elevator wall. Amused. Accused you of cheating? Ethan. Don't pretend you don't see Emma's crush. Check my office security footage if you need proof she confessed her feelings after you left that day. Even challenged me to a bet. The elevator dinged. Not speaking to me or coming home, was this your punishment for me? I stepped out, spinning to face him. Who matters more, me or your precious mentor and his daughter? I've made mistakes. But regarding Emma, she started this war. As my husband, you should stand with me unconditionally, not play neutral referee. There's no balance between me and the Millers. Your loyalty should tilt toward me. Ethan barked a humorless laugh. So what? You want blind indulgence? You're not a child anymore. Lily, even as your husband, I won't abandon my principles to coddle you. I shrugged. Suit yourself. Plenty of others will indulge me unconditionally. Hell, I'll indulge myself if needed. My driver hesitated when I walked past the idling car. Ethan's voice carried from the lobby. Let her go. I went straight to my parents' penthouse. They took one look at me and asked, "Fight with Ethan?" Dad chuckled. Ethan actually argues? Miracles never cease. What happened? Collapsing on the sofa. I curled up legs and all. No need for corporate posturing here. I recounted everything. Ethan's completely in the wrong here, Mom declared. Dad nodded. Is this that 5-year itch people talk about? Kids these days have no staying power. I opened my mouth to protest. But Mom cut in. Lily's younger than him. This isn't about commitment length. He's checked out emotionally. Even without physical cheating. His heart's gone. Dad cleared his throat. What do you want to do, sweetheart? I'm filing for divorce. Already contacted my lawyers. They exchanged glances. Are you certain? We don't want you making impulsive. Absolutely. My voice held steel. I'm done loving Ethan. When it comes to relationships, I have zero tolerance for betrayal, physical or emotional. Dad squeezed my hand. Then we'll handle it. Dad, don't go see him. I spoke rapidly, pausing before continuing. I've already decided to divorce. If you confront him now, it'll look like I'm still clinging. My father snorted. Who said I'm going to see him? I pressed my lips together. Just don't. Relax. Dad grunted. I know what I'm doing. Rubbing my stomach. I complained. I haven't eaten yet. We had dinner together before I retreated to my room. Another sleepless night. Next morning, I marched into the office bright-eyed. Olivia approached. Ms. Bennett. Mr. Carter left on business yesterday. No return date given. I nodded curtly. So he'd stayed out again last night. Let him rot. 3 days into Ethan's trip, Emma demanded a meeting. I refused. But the persistent brat camped in our lobby. Might as well hear her nonsense. Emma preened. Ethan's away for 2 weeks. Actually, it's separation. You lost. Lily, honor the bet, divorce him and step aside. What infuriated me most was Ethan's involvement. But Emma's audacity needed checking. This is between Ethan and me. Stay out. I warned icily. She smirked. You're not my boss. Why should I listen? The girl clearly needed life to slap some sense into her. I chuckled darkly. Ever heard when gods clash, mortals suffer? This divine battle isn't yours to join. Emma's eyes glittered. If I can ignite war between gods, that's my power play. Studying her triumphant expression, I finally shrugged. Fine. If she wanted this fire, she'd get burned. After dismissing Emma, I made a discreet call. Time to investigate David, Emma's father. My office door swung open. You need an appointment to. Ryan sauntered in with that trademark smirk. Uncle Bennett escorted me. Who'd stop me? My father? Where is he? Why, Ryan perched on my desk. I'm your new special assistant. Uncle said you'll take good care of me. We're old partners, this'll be fun. So this was Dad's brilliant plan. Ryan thumped his chest. Leave it to me. I'll botch everything. Guarantee your divorce. And give that bastard cardiac arrest. I forced a smile. Your incompetence I trust. But Ethan's away. Lie low this week. You've neglected me since marrying that Carter jerk. Ryan pouted. Now that you're divorcing, I'm collecting 5 years' worth of attention. Out. I snapped. Dad chose well. Ryan excelled at chaos. Within days, he became office legend. Group chats exploded with his antics. Ethan returned after 1 week instead of 2. He found Ryan gaming on my office couch. Leave. Ethan growled. Ryan clung to me. Lily. He's so mean. I'm scared. Ethan's jaw tightened. Lily. Send him out. We need to talk. I stay. Ryan declared. I'm a mess. Bennett's special assistant. Uncle Bennett placed me here for her to pamper me. Watch your tone, I bruise easily. Ethan barked a laugh. This your revenge? Lily? Seen the office chat? MS. Bennett's boy toy? Homewrecker assistant? Ryan tilted his head. Probably the same way they talk about you and that Emma. Right? But they should know Lily. She's not that kind of person. Just as Ethan opened his mouth to respond, Ryan cut him off with a smug grin. But I am. I want to crash your marriage and become Lily's side piece. Ethan dismissed the jab with an eye roll. You should. This isn't a joke. Ryan's playful demeanor vanished, his voice dropping to a gravelly seriousness. I've loved Lily since we were kids. If I hadn't been underage when you two married, you think you'd have stood a chance? He stepped into Ethan's personal space. But I'm legal now. I'm telling you straight up, I'm going to be Lily's husband. File those divorce papers already. Don't waste my... Ethan's fist shot out. Ryan caught the punch midair as I lunged between them, shoving Ethan back. I snapped. What the hell? Didn't you hear him? Ethan's cultured composure cracked, anger flushing his neck. I heard. I shrugged. But my dad told me to look after Ryan. So no punching. Realization dawned on Ethan's face. This is still about revenge. Isn't it? Lily. I swear nothing happened with Emma. His glare at Ryan could have melted steel. Ryan snorted, utterly unfazed. The cocky bastard thrived on his family's wealth and influence, a walking middle finger to consequences. I wasn't about to let them brawl in my office. Patting Ryan's shoulder, I ordered, "Get out." Sure thing. He shot Ethan a shit-eating grin before sauntering out. Ethan dragged a hand through his hair. Let's talk this through. About Emma and divorce. The word felt liberating. I'm done. Ethan. His tired eyes widened. You're being rash. I know Emma's situation upset you. But the lawyers are finalizing the asset split. I cut him off. Then we're done. Realization hit him like a bucket of ice water. You're serious? Over something this trivial? Trivial? My bitter laugh echoed. Then why'd you throw a punch? Face it, you chose Emma over me. You let her humiliate me. Why wouldn't I dump your ass? Ethan's voice softened. Lily, you know my mentor's like a father to me. But he's not your father. I stepped back, revolted. If he were, I'd never have married you. I needed to be your priority, not some random outsider. I kept my end. Where were you? His throat worked soundlessly. Still think it's trivial? I continued. You froze me out for Emma. Humiliated me in front of the whole project team. Deliberately ignored me during strategy meetings. I choked on rising fury. Save your lectures. I'm done. Lily. Wait, he reached for me. I dodged. I married you because you were my gold standard. Now, you're trash. Recyclables get picked up on Tuesdays. Ethan. He chased me home. My parents barred the door. Save your excuses. Dad growled. Go live with your precious mentor and his daughter. My girl's got better people to care for now. Ethan's voice cracked. Dad. I've learned my lesson. Lesson? Dad roared. You helped outsiders bully your wife. That's not a lesson, that's betrayal. I slammed my bedroom door. Their voices muffled. At least my parents had my back, unlike someone. 4 days. Ethan camped outside. I ignored him until my investigator called. Got the dirt on Emma. That bitch wanted to play with fire? Let's watch her burn. I decided to let her have her way. David Miller had indeed been kind to Ethan. But that was likely because Ethan belonged to the Carter family. His attitude toward regular students was entirely different, plagiarizing their academic work and sexually harassing female classmates. These victims endured his abuse to secure their degrees. Until my family name became their shield. With the Bennetts backing them, the students finally spoke out. As the scandal escalated, the university couldn't protect him anymore. When David came begging, Ethan was still waiting outside for me. Merely looking at him disgusted me now. I drove past his pathetic figure without slowing down, heading straight to the private club. David arrived late for his own plea bargain, but another supplicant got there first: Ethan himself. Lily, give me 10 minutes to explain, he begged desperately. I know Emma's situation hurt you deeply. I'm despicable. I admit it. But can't you forgive a first mistake? He slid into the seat beside me, grasping my hand. 5 years of marriage. Lily, you know how I've cherished you. My feelings for Emma, I recognized her crush from the beginning. I thought I could manage it while staying faithful. But I'm only human, sometimes temptation. Who said all humans succumb to temptation? I yanked my hand away. I never did. Even now. I can honestly say I loved you completely, past tense. Your momentary weakness means you're no longer the best. There are plenty of men in this world. When one gets tarnished, I'll find another. Or none at all. Either way, I want a divorce. Ethan's eyes reddened as I stood to leave. The door burst open to reveal David dragging Emma inside. Ethan! Make your wife reconsider the expulsion. Emma whined. Can't you control? Miss Johnson. Ethan cut her off coldly. You've forfeited the right to speak about my wife. I pushed past them all. Behind me. A sharp slap echoed, followed by David's roar. Have I spoiled you rotten? Ethan's mother later came pleading. But my resolve held. During asset division, I filed divorce papers. When he refused to sign, I had security physically bring him to the courthouse. Sign or they'll force your hand, I stated calmly as clerks protested. This is my life. I'll decide when it ends. The ink dried on those papers the moment I stopped caring about his tears. The staff member's face was filled with anger. The civil code stipulates, he said. Does the civil code stipulate that I can't make him sign? I glared back. What a stupid rule. I'm getting a divorce. I stared coldly at Ethan. Hurry up and sign. I just don't love you anymore. If you keep stalling, you're just being disgusting. Do you want me to throw up every time I look at you before you'll sign? Ethan stretched out his trembling hand, picked up the pen, lowered his head, and his voice trembled too. Okay. I'll sign. He signed his name. Tears fell at that moment. What right did he have to cry? I didn't cry those nights when I couldn't sleep. Now he was acting all aggrieved. Is it okay now? I said to the staff member impatiently. The staff member didn't say a word. He stamped the seal and gave me the divorce certificate. I took it and left directly. Ethan chased after me. Lily. He caught up. I still feel so unwilling even now. Just because of one thing. We're getting divorced. But I know I made you suffer and made you sad. It's my fault. But, can you give me another chance to pursue you? Don't completely deny my feelings for you just because of one thing. A good horse doesn't eat the grass behind. Ryan suddenly appeared out of nowhere. There are so many men in the world. Why does Lily have to give you 2 chances? If you don't know how to cherish, it's your own fault. Asking Lily to give you 2 chances is unfair to me. He put his arm around my arm. Come on, Lily. Let's ignore him. After getting in the car, Ryan leaned over again in a cheeky way. Sister, you're divorced now. Give me a chance. Anyway, you need a man. Why can't it be me? If I end up like Ethan, and you dump me, I definitely won't be as disgusting as him. I find him so disgusting these days. Always acting so shamelessly. Why would I choose him when there are so many good men out there? Get out of here. I pushed Ryan out of the car and told the driver to start the car. A few days later, Ethan came to see me again and gave me a share transfer agreement. These are the shares of the Shin Group. Here. Take them. You don't need to give me the 3% shares of the Carter Group. They were originally yours. I took the agreement and signed it. It was his fault anyway, and it was reasonable for me to keep the shares of the Carter Group. Okay. You can go now. Ethan's eyes turned red again. Lily, I know you don't love Ryan. I don't love him. And I don't love you either. I waved my hand in disgust. No need to see you off. Ethan stared at me silently for a while and then walked out. At the door, he stopped and said to me, David has been fired, and Emma failed her internship. I asked her to leave. I won't see them again in the future. Seeing that I ignored him, Ethan finally left. Olivia came in when I got back to the Shin Group. Ms. Bennett. Mr. Carter has left. I responded indifferently. Don't let him in again in the future. It's okay to run into him in public. But on my turf, I won't let him show up again. Once unfaithful, always untrustworthy. It's the same with feelings. Anyway, there are plenty of men in the world. If there's affection, I can have a good talk with him. If not, just have some fun. But either way, Ethan has no chance. He's no longer the best. And I, Lily, always want the best of everything.